have to stream on.
I think it's because of like the bass and like deep voices. Like it's making it a little bit more.
Oh, wait. I'm live now.
What's up?
Oh, here it is.
On other platforms.
Thank you.
I'll be up there in a minute. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you with this insurance.
Is it doing it? Is that Obamacare or what is it?
It's government.
Hey Sean,
Yeah,
it's Obamacare that you were saying is free?
the Affordable Care Act, same thing. Yeah, you get it through Texas.
Affordable care through Texas?
Yeah, you go to Blue Cross. Well, you do the probably like healthcare.gov, and then it asks you your state.
Okay, that's what they're on then. So I guess
Yeah.
it's the same thing that they're doing.
Yeah, you should do it through the state of Texas, though.
Is that what y'all did?
This is coming up $400 a month.
Just to make
Well, that
sure,
would be
man,
ginger.
it sounds like you're about to die. But are you at least like? Don't tell me what role.
If you
Are you a
call-
special role?
There's like reps you can call.
I am not.
Oh, then I don't care if he does.
Just an innocent
There's
civilian.
like a representative you can call. Like that's their job is to help you get healthcare. So if you call somebody, like if you look up somebody to call, that's what I did.
Do you know the number of the person you called?
I got somebody. There's like local people, so I got somebody out of Columbus because we were out there at the time. So you'd have to like just find somebody local that would do it for you. Or you can, yeah, definitely call us, have somebody do it. Because when I was trying to do it myself, I couldn't get it figured out.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, they did something, and I don't know, made it much more affordable.
You're on that little one, right? You're on this one.
No.
You realize that?
We're gonna giddy.
Went to the temple this afternoon, and we got the master gave us Japanese tea.
The green
It
one?
was like ice cold.
Ice cold.
I don't know.
That means it's his old tea that was. Well, I mean.
Well, he gave it to like 5 or 6 of us. Or, no, there was more than that. There's probably like 10 cups.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll be after in just a little bit.
That's a
I'm
sign.
quiet one.
That he's gonna open that. He's at the Nakamoto Tea House, a little
Oh yeah.
hut.
That's because it says coming soon or whatever. you know?
Yeah, it's hard to find committed people. You know, he doesn't want to start something that's gonna crumble right away.
Gotcha.
Oh, good. I was thinking about that. I was like,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's gonna be strong as fuck.
I know, thank you.
But I poured some in the other one.
You can dilute it. We have more water. Does it need to be diluted?
No, we're gonna be freaking
It's punchy.
focused.
Okay, good. I need to.
Yes.
I think that they're pumping like some type of air into the hospitals that make you super tired. You know, in Las Vegas, how they'll pump stuff to give you
Oxygen.
energy.
They pump oxygen in there.
I think it's the opposite in the hospitals because I was in there and I got like super tired all of a sudden.
Well, the energy of hospitals,
Yeah,
not.
it's very negative.
It was a lot though.
Yeah.
We were in there for like 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
I
I
do
was
not
like,
like hospitals.
I was drained and like
Okay,
tired.
12
I always
minutes.
thought it was because of the smell, but I hated it when I was a kid.
I think they're pumping something through. Like,
Could be.
Well, I mean, no, the hospital air is just filtered like crazy. That's all.
ooh,
Told you it was punchy.
whew. Are you labeled them?
Because
Makes
the
it
person that I
easier.
was learning from had her numbers like off the scale, and it was like crazy different. So I had to like do a little decoding sheet where I wrote her numbers down and then what my numbers actually are, because it's like just crazy. But
We look lopsided. Is the camera built like?
Probably. Let me see here. I couldn't log into my.
What's wrong?
No, it's I could not log into my one of the.
And what inside?
No, on Restream, but it's fine. I don't. You
You had
don't.
that issue last time too, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's fine because we're just gonna be on Twitch. We're on right now too.
We're on right now.
Yeah, on Twitch. But Twitch takes like an hour before people start. Only the OGs will be
yeah, for sure.
first come. OG. Okay, let's just do audio check. What we got. Socks. So you can hear yourself.
Shit. Probably super low.
Turning the wireless.
Turn it on.
Yeah. And leave that one farther.
Okay.
So you can try.
Oops. I think this one's dead. It's not
No
happening.
more batteries over there.
You see?
Yeah, it's definitely dead.
Sometimes the connection or no, I mean
It's dead.
we used the ones over here, right? Then we have some.
Those were the ones. Those ones were
Oh, okay.
charged, I believe, or unplugged. Get the ones that are closest to the end. Yeah, those should be the ones that would not charge.
You want me to do
I
it?
wish I had fingernails. It's easy getting them in. Getting them out's the hard part.
Yeah. Took me a while to figure out.
I just don't need fingernails, so it's like I can't grip.
Flickering. Yeah. Campfire.
Blocked.
Last Christmas. comes up here, your mom can be there.
Okay.
Or, yeah, that's gonna be the best space.
And I can turn off the big oxygen machine when she comes up, so it won't be good.
It's not too bad because some people like the background noise.
Yeah.
Like more, yeah. More. Oh, let's see. Sounds pretty realistic, like a wooden.
That's my dragon. That was my first Tibetan bowl I ever had.
Damn, that's a fancy first
That was
one.
my first one.
Nice. Goes for a long time.
I found it at a metaphysical store. It's pretty affordable too.
Welcoming La Perche. I was thinking for militia, we can, or like we can have an altar, a community altar,
Yeah.
and then we'll just put, yeah, on Sunday. That'll be a new thing. So if anybody wants to like a memory altar, or right, they can bring a picture of, because I know some people have, you know, somebody's father died, or their cat or dog, whatever. So they have a place where they can. It will be a table that's like kind of farther away from, like just on its own altar, and so they could. So we'll just do, you know, Militia's picture there, and then
I have an extra frame that we can use. I could like.
yeah. If you, I don't have. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you could look through what we have, or you can just go to her Facebook and
Exactly. Yeah.
and just do
I
that.
can do like a meditation photo, and then I can also do like a regular photo of her.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always run her photo through AI too, and make it more like,
Angelic.
yeah, or just more artsy. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it's so low quality, but when you put it in AI, it like
Yeah.
makes it really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think that's a new thing, because I know
it.
yeah, like a memory altar for whoever needs it, to bring the picture of their loved one so that they can feel supported, you know, about you know, to process their impermanence. Yeah,
Yeah. I like
support
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we have that, you know, the wooden thing, the piano chair,
Yeah.
the thing that has a cushion. I think
We're
just
not using it right now, so yeah, we can
Yeah.
just use that.
yeah, we'll just use that, and that's the most real estate and safest versus the round ones. And yeah, that's a new.
Yeah.
Or I just look if the round one, it's more portable. That's why the other one's it's so huge. So yeah, I'll bring one of the tables, and it'll be maybe the white table, the white and gold, and they'll be like, oh hey, this is for memory.
Yeah.
Or I could even announce it, so in case somebody's been wanting to process it, then I think welcoming Mr. Weird, yeah, I think it'll be really good.
I think that would be good to like announce it because yeah.
So people
So
can
people can
have
bring
it,
something
yeah.
on Sunday and be prepared prior to
Yeah.
the actual meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could always announce it at the meditation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So for the future, you know, we can just do that going forward.
I think it maybe even be proper to call it malicious altar, you know, just as a respect of, hey, this is a cause that inspired us to have an altar, and we'll just call it like malicious altar. So there's culture to it.
Yeah.
I think it's important to create culture that's meaningful, and because we would not be thinking about this, you know.
Yeah, I had enough in.
Yeah. So I think it's proper.
Yeah.
Good. Try this vocal. It's good. good that that lady told the group, because
This isn't. Okay.
we'll still do our meditation, guided meditation.
Yeah.
Thing is, we still need to stick to that discipline. It's good for the group.
For the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
30 minutes. Maybe just 15 Tumo, 15 Zen. We don't just. Put some water in mine.
It's strong.
I know I'm gonna be giddy, that's why. Like. Alright, yeah. Sounds of a xylophone is a little high, I think. Is it?
What was the xylophone? The heart?
Yeah, I think it should be okay.
Yeah. Too smoky?
My eyes are burned.
Huh?
My eyes are burning.
Your
Yeah, well-
eyes. We can move that.
Yeah, we can move it. Because it's gonna be like that. Because that's that type. You know? It's not normal type. Yeah, once it dies down, then we turn it off.
I could even bring it downstairs.
It's good for. It's part of the militia experience. Open your third eye. Okay, here we go. Welcoming everybody all around. Insight timer. Welcoming Sister Jill. Let's see. Thanks for being here, Rickson Sama. Let's just welcoming Brother John. We have Sister Emily, Brother Sean, and also if you hear the background, you hear a machine. That's Emily's mother and her
My
brother.
mother is not a machine.
Not machine. Yeah, that's her breathing machine, whatever. So let's see here. Welcoming Q. Who else? Robin, nice to see you. Who else here? Gilbert, Vicky, thank you for being here.
Dana.
Donna. Marilyn Stein. Ooh. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into our practice, but of course today's sound healing is in memory of our committed part of our community. Sister Militia passed away, and somebody let us know, and she comes to the meditation on Sunday, so it's not great news to hear people transitioning, but it's just the nature of life. When you make good memories, you have a little attachment, and but we know that she's just gonna be meditating with us every Sunday now, and with us all the time in spirit. And so we want to just honor her by creating we're gonna have a community altar this Sunday called Malicious Altar, in memory and inspiration of losing our loved ones. There'll be an altar where people can just bring a picture or something to have a place of grieving and processing the impermanence of life, because I mean it's not easy, and we want to create some sort of culture that reflects understanding that it's difficult for some people and easier for others, but it's about love. So welcoming JG, welcoming everybody. So to continue our discipline, we're going to do some meditation to be responsible, and then after the meditation we're going to go right into our sound immersion and sound bath, and it'll be let's just say 25 minutes. Okay, let me get the mic up so I don't have to my mic stand. Alright, so of course, welcoming everybody. We're doing more of this is more Buddhist style. I mean, it's just spirituality. Let's just take a deep breath first. Breathing in, slowly out. The traditional way of practicing, we have to have a good foundation, and that is called a 7-point system for anybody who's new to meditation or need a refreshment. First step is we sit in a cross-legged position. That's our first landmark. Second landmark, our back straight. Third landmark, our head slightly tilted. Legs back and head slightly tilted. Hands in the same place, stacked, or wherever you can commit your hands to, so that your mind's not trying to move around. That's the fourth landmark. The fifth landmark, your tongue gently touching the roof of your mouth, so that you're not drooping or drooling. Sixth landmark is eyes partially closed, so that instead of completely closing them, when we completely close our eyes, imagination is easy to happen because we're cutting out one vision. But if you just keep them slightly open, it's like you're aware of the moment, but not so much detail, allowing your mind to just be more present. And the last point is focusing on our breath. So to run it through quickly, legs are crossed, back is straight, neck slightly tilted instead of all the way up, hands in the same place, tongue gently touching the roof of the mouth, eyes partially closed, and the last point is to be aware of our breath. Breathe in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. When we begin our meditation journey, our mind may still be very active. It's okay. Just accept your mind still kind of all over the place or up in the air, to bring the air down here, you just continue breathing in. I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. When our mind's really active, to tame it, we run through the 7-point system again, just to generally check. How are my legs? Are we still fidgety? My back, am I beginning to slouch right away? My neck, do I have discipline there? My hands, are they still fidgety, still trying to find a place for it? My mouth, am I still jostling my tongue around like an octopus? My eyes, are they still blinky because maybe you got a lot of caffeine flowing through your eyelids? It's okay. After some minutes, your eye will settle. We just have to be patient. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Slowly out. To deepen our connection to the breath, we can do a visualization, breathing in white light, positive energy. Exhaling the stress of the day. Maybe you're getting distracted. Oxygen machines squealing in the background. Maybe you're hearing your neighbor. Those things are called part of the moment. The thing that gets distracted, the mind may be distracted, may be irritated. Watch the mind be irritated and pout a little bit sometimes. My back hurts. Wah. And continue the practice of being aware of your breath going in, white light. Exhaling the judgment. And just check your posture. It's okay that we move, but if you're comfortable with being really still, sometimes it's good to break your form from time to time so that we're not attached to the practice. We're here to use it to allow us to have clarity and insight, but not to be attached to the Buddha's finger, also known as the instructions. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. We're going to continue to doing the fire breath, also known as the Tumo. Welcoming Liz. What we did just right now is more of a water breath. Gentle, mindful, present, clarity. With what we have done with the water breath, the legs crossed, back straight, head slightly tilted, hand in the same place, tongue gently touching the roof of the mouth, eyes partially closed, following our breath. We then extend and create a crystal orb visualization in our stomach, also known as the solar plexus. A size of a small orange or a golf ball is nice. At the center is the soul, also known as the sun. The dot in the center of your chakra is our visualization. And at the center of that chakra, imagine the heat of the sun, divine energy at the center. The technique goes like this. First, releasing the dead air, dead prana, with a hissing noise from the stomach. Then we do stomach breathing and out and go. Your stomach balloons. On the inhale, you hold the breath, swallow your saliva, and you squeeze your perineum, your Kegel muscle, the space between your genital and or anus, and you visualize the orb at the center, wherever you last swallow, and allow the heat to build. Don't try to force the heat to happen. Allow the sun to radiate from the center. On the exhale, we do it in a straw-like manner, flaming the embers of the sun. And then we release the perineum. So we don't release the Kegel muscle right away first. Of course, it's methodical, it takes time. Nice and smoky here today. It's okay. Even when we're just sitting still here, we can still be centering our focus in a single pointed focus in our orb. So when we're breathing into the orb. Of course, there are other techniques where your single pointed focus is right under your nostrils. This technique allows you to be more in your body with the orb vision. Releasing the dead air, hissing noise. Stomach breathing, go. On the inhale, hold, swallow, squeeze perineum, visualize the heat coming from the orb, and relax the rest of the body. Slowly releasing your lips in a straw manner. And then perineum release. When we're doing our stomach breathing, it can be as intense as you need it to be. Try to find the center, the middle path. Not too intense that you're getting high, but not too gentle that you're not creating like energy flow. You're allowing your physical body to hollow out, allowing your spiritual body, you can say your angelic body, to manifest, so you become to feel lighter. But the whole focus is not trying to do that, it's just be at the center of the orb. Celestial body, you allow those things to happen, but we don't try. After releasing the dead air a couple times, we just start with stomach breathing and slowly increasing the intensity as you wish. And we begin. And hold. Swallow, squeeze, visualize. Allow the heat at the center, a small orange golf ball size orb, marinate in the embers. Slowly release lips. Blowing the embers. And releasing perineum when proper. And marinate in the translucent clear crystal orb with a sun dot of sunlight coming from your stomach. Still maintaining the 7-point systems, leg crossed, back straight, head slightly tilted, hands in the same place still. Tongue still gently touching the roof of the mouth, eyes still partially closed. And focusing on our breath, but the breath is not focused under the nose, it's focused in the orb at the dot of sunshine. When your mind comes in, swallow your saliva and bring your visualization of the orb into your body again. But don't get mad at yourself when your mind wanders. The thing that gets mad is your own mind, but the Buddha nature just observes and adjusts to nothing. But the technique is how you do it. And let's continue the tumo with stomach breathing, and we begin. And hold, swallow, squeeze, perineum, visualize the heat coming from the dot. Don't try, just allow. Slowly releasing your lips, blowing on the embers, and release perineum. And simmer, but stay at the center. And for the practitioners who have been doing it, I want to try to encourage you, bring your shoulder up and find a space for it so that you can expand your stomach to your chest without moving your body too much. Okay, so however you do it, if you're stacking your hands, just find a way to stack them where you can raise your shoulder. Okay, so that when we're stomach breathing, it's like this. Okay, so just find what's comfortable for you. And we begin. And hold. Squeeze perineum, swallow, hold. Bring your arms back down, shoulders back down, center your energy, allow the heat. Slowly releasing your lips. And releasing your perineum when ready. And simmering at the center of the hot red embers, solar plexus. And with the 3 minutes and 10 seconds that we have left, focus and just breathe naturally into your solar plexus. What you'll find out is that because all of our visualization and focus has been more in the stomach, anytime you have a thought that is arising, it's clear that your thought is present, and you can choose to dissolve it right away if you want, or you can choose to observe, I have this worrying thought. Where does it come from? And then you can let go by returning back to your orb. Stay centered at the center. We're going to invite our ancestors, Sister Melicia's energy, who recently transitioned into metaphysical, so welcoming everybody. Just marinate in the orb. invite the practitioners here, Brother Sean, Emily. We're going to begin our sound journey, welcoming Swiss R, Beth, Mira. Nice to see everybody here. And thank you for choosing to be here. Sketch and Paint, Menace. Thank you for being here. And we begin our journey. Om Tare Tu First song. Second song sucks. First song was better though. We wish, yeah. Yeah. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.
Ring to you and your kin. But you have to keep on playing.
How about Emily? Let's see what you got. Merry Christmas. I only got 3 songs.
I only have 2.
Okay.
And it was the ones that you taught me. Maybe I should learn my own.
It's fine. Let's play. Let's see what she's got. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, that one. Okay, redo.
Just keep going. 3 times.
You're messing me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna come sit over here.
Yeah, I'm done.
The other one. Come on.
How's it go?
No, 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 no. One more time. Ra-ba-bum-bum. Ra-ba-bum-bum. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Ba-ba-bum-bum.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy Hanukkah.
Here's my 3 song. Well, you already heard one. This one is.
Prósperos años, felicidad. Is that how it goes?
It's too high. Welcoming everybody. Looks like everybody wants to talk today. So we're gonna switch to talking. Gotta adjust with the times. How's everybody feeling out there? Again, if you're not following Sister Emily Richardson.
Streaming tomorrow?
No, what's today?
It was on the schedule for tomorrow. Oh, it's today?
What's today?
The 13th.
What day is it of the week? Wednesday. Yes, I'm streaming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stream on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Emily Richardson will be on, and I also will be on too.
Oh, should we dual stream? Can you do that?
No, I do
Is that
tarot.
enough?
I do tarot, and
Okay, you'll do tarot, I'll do sound bath.
I just do the flutes in the beginning, and then
Okay.
2 hours of tarot, and then Brother Sean also has teacher profile. Because you just have to feel out. You're gonna be streaming.
After the beginning of the year, yeah, we're
Okay.
going to stop doing our Tuesday meditations at the
Yeah.
park because there's just no need for it.
Yeah,
And,
because there's not a lot of
it's not the
people.
vibe, yeah.
Or you can just go to Manil and just do it.
At night?
I mean, whenever.
Okay. Yeah, because we wanted to stream Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Or whenever on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe the late afternoon.
He's gonna be creating he's gonna be live streaming or making content. But gotta.
Jill wants to live stream again. She said she wanted to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see her playing the bowls, so
Yeah.
it's good for her. And how's everybody feeling out there? Welcoming Monica. During Christmas season, we always talk about, it's very jolly time because society makes it seem jolly, but behind the jolly.
You can come sit over here if you want.
Oh, is that Emily's mother making her appearance?
Dang, she came after the sound bath. You can come in.
Emily's
That's fine, we're talking now.
Emily's
We can talk.
mother.
Oh, you've been sitting there the entire time?
Oh, you have.
Emily's young mother is here.
They can't see you right
It's
now.
okay.
You can-
It's okay. We're
My mother's
it's okay.
visiting. Oh, it's grandma.
yeah.
Pull it right there if you want.
Yeah. Emily's mother is
There's
here.
a pillow behind you.
Shout
if
out
you
to
want the
Sister
pillow.
Kata. Yeah, welcoming. What's your name, sister?
Renee.
Renee. Ooh, Renee. And yes, you can feel it in the air. It's like we're peaceful. Our new routine, we meditate first because we need to take care of our mental health. Right? We need to take care of we got to make sure that we ground ourselves before we help other people. And like I said, during the holiday season, it's a jolly time to be with family, but oftentimes, our family have baggage, right? Good and the bad and the ugly comes out during Christmas time because other times you don't really see the family too much, but many do. But as you get older, I mean, you just don't because
Twice a year, maybe.
eventually, basically you annoy your parents anyway. So instead, just annoy them, holiday season. But we have to deal with the issue of loneliness and depression during the things that we don't want to talk about. It's the reason why why we practice sound healing is because we practice for happiness with ourselves first. We cannot share with you if we're miserable, and if the group's miserable, then we have to take protocol on what does it take for us to make sure we're good. Right? How do we get good? So how do we as a group, what do we do to
Meditate together.
to ground us? Get the mic closer, by the way.
Meditating together. I really like that new addition.
Yes.
And we've been doing it on Sundays for a while now, where we do our own demo before the meditations, which always helps to ground us. But yeah, I like doing it here on Wednesdays and Fridays as well.
Is it true to you that during holiday season it can be like kind of lonely and miserable for some people?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've always had family around. I should say growing up, I always had a family event to go to, even when I lived on my own, kind of in the area. However, I definitely remember some lonely holidays when I was in the military, absolutely. There was definitely times when feeling that sadness, that longing to be with those that you love. I'm fortunate to not have had too many people in my family have, are all still with us, including my mom, my dad.
Yeah.
And so I find it that just losing a dog and seeing how that impacted me recently, and knowing that everyone's time is coming at some point, and knowing that my family members, maybe I will outlive them, maybe they'll outlive me, but if I do outlive them, I know that it'll have a great impact on me, and I'm just going through that experience. It just emphasizes it even more to enjoy the time that I have with them. So that's why I felt like it was important for me to go back and spend the holiday season with my family this year. Last year we didn't go back for Christmas because of a lot of reasons, but this year I feel like it's very important that we go back, just because knowing that, if maybe my parents live for another 15 years, right? And I see them twice a year. That's only 30 more times I'm going to get to see them. So just thinking about that means that, each time is very precious. So.
Logistics.
Yeah.
So that you
not
can see the
living near
future.
them. Yeah, sure, yeah.
And it shows you put effort to try. Like Wendy says, absolutely, I like to be where the people aren't. Meditating is my Xanax before having family over.
Yeah.
It's necessary sometimes.
It absolutely is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about you, Sister Emily? Like, how do you feel about that? About there's a lot of loneliness, depression, and what do you do to deal with it?
I feel like, especially living in the city, I feel like it's more chaotic at times because people are rushing constantly and shopping and trying to get to the next party, do the next thing, year-end work. People are, trying to get things done for end of year as well. So people tend to be more stressed about that, as well as about money. People are stressing out about buying gifts and, I have to spend this much money on this person, get this gift for this person. But we start to lose the meaning of Christmas to me, the meaning of Christmas of being with loved ones, of celebrating, if we're religious or spiritual, like actually celebrating that. And it's kind of a bittersweet time for me, with the passing of Nanny. She's been gone since 2012. So I know things for our family haven't really been the same since then. Like we used to gather more as a larger family, but now that she's gone, she used to hold the whole unit together with the aunts and uncles and cousins, and now the cousins have their own kids and grandbabies, so it's like families start to do their own thing. And I love it, because kind of like my mom, like we don't have to celebrate Christmas on Christmas. We like to celebrate every day. We don't have to just celebrate being with family on that actual holiday, rather than make every day, like Thanksgiving, be grateful every day. And that's really important to me, for us to celebrate every day, but still, gather together as a family, and we still have our rituals and everything that we
realistically, if you like, every day is Christmas.
Absolutely.
Right? You can practice the teachings every day. Yeah.
Not just waiting for that one day of the year to be with family, rather than, whenever we're able to get together, be with family and be
There's
grateful
a question
for that
there.
time.
There's a cushion there too if you prefer. Okay?
Oh, no.
Just like.
She sits on the floor.
Oh, okay. She hippie.
She's hippie.
I definitely agree. I remember in my past, I didn't really like the holiday season because then I had to deal with people. I had to talk to people and just kind of hang out. Deep down, I liked it because at least I was around family and there was good food. But inside, like behind, deep down, I felt good because I had company. But I was in my mind a lot because I was not a devoted practitioner. Like now, I'm good. I don't even celebrate my own birthday. When you get rid of celebrating your own birthday and you realize every day is a birthday, right now saying that is cute. But imagine not actually celebrating your birthday for real. It's rare. I know I don't see that, but I practice that but the way I celebrate, I just thank my parents for creating me. Why? Because not celebrating my birthday, it allows people to appreciate me on a day-to-day basis. I don't want people saying happy birthday to me in a BS way. I don't need that. So I disable everything every social media thing doesn't know when is my birthday. I tell my parents I don't want to celebrate. And so when it comes to Christmas, I'm aware that society has a lot of people they don't have God, let's just say. They don't have spirituality, some people don't even have family. So I know I used to be in that space, all right? So it makes me have compassion. I speak on it because I know that there might be somebody right now listening who are lonely, wishing they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend during the Christmas time, and maybe sad, maybe their mother or father's not here or Nana's not here. But we have to remember, like, Christianity is like Christ is within. The Buddha is within, our ancestors within, and our sister, like we found out, Sister Militia, passed today. Like, who's a devoted, pretty much comes to the meditation quite,
Over a year.
Yeah, for over a year, and we found out that she passed away. Her body passed away, right? So it's just all the reasons to. And also during wintertime, more people pass away because the energy is more like there's less interaction. When you go outside, it's cold, so we're just running to the car, running to the store. When we're inside, everyone's running to go get the groceries.
Everybody's in a rush to get to the next place to do the next thing, but then we go home and we're still stressed out.
Yes.
It's just
Kids right now, they're in
healthy.
college, they have finals, right? And then kids in every school are having finals, and that's like a miserable time because not every kid is like a straight A student who many people don't know how to deal with stress in general. And then you throw more financial stress, family stress, and all this stress. And so we're on here reminding you to remember to love your damn self. And if you can find a community who can just be with you who can learn to be silent together. It's really difficult for family to be together silent because that's not family
normal.
practice.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
Now,
for
if
lot
you have
of
a
people.
family that have that, oftentimes those kids will eventually drift off because it's traditionalism. So we're together in a more of a silent space constantly because it's spiritual family.
because sometimes we can be just talking just to talk, but we don't feel that connection with each other. But we can be at silence together and feel that connection and that love, because sometimes it feels uncomfortable just to feel the silence, and we feel like we have to feel that with like speech and just talking. But sometimes we're like talking at each other and not like as a conversation.
And that's why
what I
watching
notice a lot.
watching your sugar intake and coffee intake, so that you're not just blabbing your brain, and making sure that you're wearing a sweater or jacket when it's cold, because if you don't, your body, it burns a lot of calories and you get burnt out if you don't stay in like optimal temperature. And many people don't pay attention. They just, oh, I'm hot, take off the beanie, and then they get sick and their body is all cuckoo. And let's talk about like how do you love yourself during the holiday season? Like with all the busyness, what do you do to stay grounded? Of course, our group, I mean, we have each other. When we see each other, I don't make space for Emily to be too crazy. Because you know why? I can't deal with it. I can deal with it, but not for too long. Because why? We're here to be present. If we're not present, we can't can't do sound healing. We're just playing music, and I'm not here to play music. Right? So let's start with Brother Sean. What do you do to stay grounded? Whatever you had to say.
Recently, just staying focused on my discipline with my meditation and doing it every morning, same place, same time. I have a little altar at home that we created a few months ago, and doing the same practices, ringing the bowl 3 times, doing my spiritual stuff, and then focusing on the breath in meditation, and really observing my mind. And that's what I've been doing a lot of lately, is just noticing when I get angry or
When you deal with negativity, how do you deal with it?
count my breaths.
Your breath. Okay.
Yeah, that's been my focus as of late. It's just counting my breaths. That's what I do in my meditations, is count my breaths up to 10 and then start over again. And when I do start to feel that negativity or my mind go into a negative tailspin or just a negative space, the moment I realize that I don't want to do it, I just say, okay, time to count my breath. 1, 2, breathing in, 3. And then I can go back to that thought if I want to, which typically I will go back to the thought, but in a more centered way, in a more relaxed state, instead of being so emotional or focused on the negative aspect of it.
And just becoming aware that you're ungrounded is the beginning, because many people don't even know they're ungrounded. I get to watch people be in their head often. I'm just like, okay. But there's a time to tell people, and there's a time to let them be crazy. Because if they're in a crazy state and you tell them, hey, chill the F out, it's not as. But if you let them be crazy a little bit, because they drain themselves out, and then you're like, how do you feel now, right?
Yeah.
So, because it happens at the temple a lot. And how about Sister Emily? How do you deal with how do you deal with negativity, or how do you stay grounded during the holiday season specifically? What you can share?
I have been meditating longer now, at least 20 to 30 minutes daily. I have been focusing a lot on my physical activity, because I feel like throughout the day we can pick up other energies or not recognize our own energy that we're carrying as well. And for me, going to the gym or going to yoga, it helps get rid of that energy. We're getting it out of our body, and just getting rid of a lot of energy for me is good. I would love to go outside more. That's something that I'm actively needing to do for myself. So that is a personal goal of mine, but also having community like y'all and the temple and the master have helped me drastically. I don't think that I would be where I am mentally and be able to catch myself, because last week I was freaking crazy, and I need to recognize where those emotions and those thoughts coming from. Is it coming from work? Is it coming from me, not doing something that I need to be doing? Is it coming from trauma? Is it coming from something that somebody said to me? And recognizing those negative thoughts and those negative emotions quicker now than I was last week. And just seeing if those thoughts and if those emotions are going to lead me to somewhere I want to be. Is this benefiting me at all right now? And usually those negative thoughts don't benefit me, So this week I've been the week before and the week before, I've been trying to stay centered throughout the day and recognize those thoughts and emotions as they do come along, and get back to my breath, get back to the crystal orb. And if I need to take a break throughout the day, ensuring I take breaks when needed, because I'm needing to go a lot slower than I usually do is something that
Your
I've
work
been
is very
focusing on.
demanding, so that's why you need all
Especially
of
right
it.
now, yeah, I need everything right now. And
Gangnam
there's not
Spa.
enough time in the day, to get everything I need to sometimes. But just recognizing that, and just taking baths at the end of the night, like having a ritual for myself with lighting candles or putting on some relaxing music, soaking in Epsom salt, journaling at nighttime. I started doing more. Just to get these thoughts out of my head and put it out on paper. It makes my mind more clear whenever I can see things on paper. And it's also a form of releasing certain things, just writing it out. It just releases that. So letting go a lot.
Beautiful. For me, I'm not a very stressful person naturally, so it's more about making sure I'm productive. And so, because there's the opposite, there's high functioning people who just, you're in a system where you're mentally stressed and demanded, but my life is not mentally stressed and demanded, so I put that on myself. I choose to push myself hard, but there's sometimes where I'm so stern and I'm just in my bubble, and there's a time and place for it, because my life's more dynamic. I know, because that's the life that I'm choosing. So what I do to, number one, I know when to get off my damn phone. I think that is the most practical thing I could tell everybody here, that I was like, know when to get off your damn phone and stop listening to politics and stop listening to crazy stuff online that make you all in your head and cuckoo.
True.
Okay, because there's a lot of crazy stuff, propaganda or whatever, and a lot of it's negative.
That app blocker app that you showed me, I've been using it. I mean, it's the only thing that I gave up, like almost all my social media years ago, but Twitter was a big issue.
And Twitter is like popping right now because of the new, like, Elon Musk coming in, making it more conversations.
I'm like barely on it at all anymore. Because of that app blocker. It's been blocked like 103 times in the past month and a half or something like that. But it's just because it's habit, to go there and then. But
I definitely do. Through my day, I'm like doing Amazon and Uber, so I'm very physically active, but it's I have to deliver these 40 packages in 4 to 5 hours, so because I got other things to do, and sometimes some places are so mentally demanding, like going into a condo where there's nobody there. Everybody's like, it's on a Saturday, everybody's on vacation, even the people working on vacation. How do I get there? The amount of patience that's needed to keep me, because I have my standard for life it's like very little stress. So when I experience a little stress, I face it instantly because I don't allow myself to get crazy. If I do, I know I'm gonna eat more. I'm going to drink more. And I see that. And so as I become more mindful of that, I learn to just turn out, like, just listen to nothing from time to time. Just drive the car with nothing and just maybe chant, maybe be in the orb. And then when I feel good, then I would turn on some podcast or something. So I know when not to be on my phone too much. If my mind's too busy, I need to give it a break by just enjoying the drive. And of course, still practice. Like when I get out of my car to walk to somebody's front door to drop off a package, I make that a part of my meditation. So the way I walk to the house, I'm aware of my steps and I'm in the orb, right? So imagine all day I'm just practicing meditation by putting the package, take the picture, even the way I turn, I have it all pretty much methodical, how I turn, the steps when I get in, all of that. So I don't have to think. It's just part of my mindfulness practice. So it's repetitive, but the moment I get sloppy, I might actually walk into my car, or I slip because I'm trying to go too fast, or maybe I drank too much energy drink or whatever it is because I'm not aware. Then I pay for it. So as I pay attention more to my life, I know, okay, use phone less, drink less this, eat less this. Okay, deliver at these times. But of course, what helps is what what funds my life? What does doing Amazon and Uber fund? It funds me serving God. It funds me being here. Because if I have a regular 9 to 5, so my foundation to life, it's surrounded with meditation and mindfulness already, so that when I'm stressed, no matter what, we're gonna have to do a dang sound bath, right? It's gonna be Wednesday and Sunday. And on Friday, we get together, we do more meditation. So imagine that you can plan out your life to where you don't leave room for the devil. You don't leave room for negativity. And you're fail-safe. If the negativity happens, you have people to hold you accountable. And if you don't have those people in your life, you have to become that person. Because sometimes, like when I first started, I did not have that. So how has your, I know your vices, you've been sober now. How have you been maintaining your, because this season, it's the season for drugs.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've definitely had a lot of instances where I've thought about like how nice it would be to just go back to that and how easy it could be, right, to just do it. But my commitment to that 6 months, which is just an arbitrary number in reality, because I know it's for the rest of my life, right?
Yeah. But the mind doesn't like just like rest of life. The mind needs a number.
Exactly. Yeah. So just as long as I can make it to that 6 months, who knows what's going to happen, right? But yeah, having faith and learning a lot from the master, and learning that I am the one that makes that decision. At the end of the day, I could always choose to go back and do whatever I want, but it's not what God would want. And I am a soldier of God's army. So I just think of it as when these negative thoughts come in, especially about that, I remember my teachings, my breath, and the practices that I've been working on for years now. Slowly working towards this end goal of, quitting forever, right? And really going deep within and knowing that it might feel good in the moment, but as soon as that moment is done, it's gonna be exactly what I didn't want to do, right? So yeah, just really focusing on my practices and what I've been learning. I've learned a lot in the past few months.
How about Sister Emily? How do you stay above the, because when it's the bottles of wines are gonna come out.
They already are, but I'm saying no.
Yeah, the bottles of
no.
wine, the margaritas,
the
champagne,
the tequila,
and
the smell of weed in the air.
So like, how do you? Because some people just don't know how to say no. So how did you figure, like, what was the process like of you becoming more with yourself and happy without needing so much or just a very minimal amount?
It was a long process because I was very heavy on drugs and substances, and it took me slowly cutting back those substances and quitting one after the other, like, okay, Molly, okay, Xanax, and, all these different vices that I was using. But the hardest thing for me was, because it was 2 years, I haven't wanted marijuana, drugs, but the hardest thing for me was definitely alcohol. Just because of the stress of my work environment and
Your work culture,
societal norm, that it is to go to happy hour, to have a glass of wine at that company meeting.
Just a cosmopolitan.
Yeah, just a martini, it's okay, glass of wine. It's very normal to go to a Mexican restaurant and have a margarita.
Yeah.
It's delicious too.
Patron Silver, oh my gosh.
Yeah, shot.
Fajitas for two.
But it's so normal, and I began enjoying it less and less whenever I saw what alcohol was really doing to my life. Like first it was how I would feel the next day. I'd feel like crap the next day. Like I'd feel sick. My energy wasn't good. And then I'd wake up, I'm like, what did I do last night? Like, you have those moments of forgetting what happened, and I don't like that. I don't like not being aware.
So how did you break from that? What do you remember?
I said that I wanted to drink less in the beginning. So I cut out the weeknights, I cut out the bars, I cut out the clubs, and, just stuck to drinking a glass of wine, sometimes at home or sometimes at the restaurant.
But what
with
if your friend
coworkers.
calls you, like your close friend that you know that you're so like you're a girl, your BFF call you to come, hey, we should go out.
I ended up cutting ties with all my friends, honestly, because I saw what my friend group during that time, it definitely served its purpose during that time. I needed that relationship, but I kind of had grown out of it, and I made my friends fully aware that I wanted to begin drinking less. And if they didn't respect that decision, then I cut ties. It slowly started with my outside circle friend group, and then the last one was a friend that I had for 20 plus years.
Well,
and
but if you cut out your friends, and you won't have any friends, right?
That's okay. I have me. I have me at the end of the day.
This is I'm asking these questions is because that's how the ego thinks. If I cut out these toxic friends who is not good, but I've been knowing her for 10 years, your ego makes room for terrible decisions because you don't know, like, we're so attached to who we used to be and our old friends
And it's like,
who
okay,
aren't good
just
for
that
us.
one glass of wine. That one glass of wine is okay. And I did that so many times. I would go with not drinking for like months. And then you go to that company holiday party and they're like, oh, wine jello shots and everything. Oh, just one. Just one.
Jello,
It's okay.
yeah.
And you think you're good at that point. You're like, okay, I've got this. Like, I've made it this far. I'm not addicted. I've haven't drank for 3 months, so I can just have this one glass of wine. But you have that one glass of wine and then you get super comfortable and you're like, okay, I'm fine. Maybe I go buy a bottle of wine after work. I did so good that night before. I'm just going to have one glass. And then the next morning you wake up and the entire bottle's gone again, So it's like, it's just a cycle. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's knowing where you want to be in your future. Do I want to continue drinking? Do I want to continue this lifestyle for the rest of my life? But for me, it's keeping my body pure and clean. Like, I don't want to end up like needing, just medical attention because my liver doesn't work properly. I don't want to live a life waking up in the morning and not knowing what I did. I don't want to be that angry person because alcohol made me very angry. I didn't remember what I did, so it's about keeping myself clean and clear because this is my temple, and whatever I put in my body, then that's going to take me 10 steps back again, and then I'm going to have to start all over, because once you begin that cycle again, then it's like you're starting from square one again, and you have to work towards that goal, and it's just not worth it to me anymore.
Yes, it's a really big deal to get rid of the people who are part of who you used to be. As you evolve as a human being, like, I personally had to cut out my childhood friend, which was like so hard because I was like, we have such an amazing, like, we've been friends for like probably over 15 years. But every time we hang out, there's got to be alcohol involved. Every time there's got to be girls, alcohol, or karaoke bar, going out and eating and drinking. There's just got to be some substance, Molly, whatever, right? And I realized for me to change, I had to raise my standard and not fall back to the old way. It's like saying that you raise your standard to not hang out with these people, but when they ask, you say yes. Because why? You don't know how to say no. And that was one of my biggest issues. So for me to purify myself, it was really difficult. But as I learned to be happy on a spiritual level, which is happy now, happy without needing to be a little buzzed, like going to sleep without needing to drink a little alcohol to fall asleep, going to sleep without needing all these things, As I became more happy, I realized I didn't need so much. I didn't need to go out. I didn't need to go to the rave. I don't need to go to the karaoke bar. I didn't need to go get salmon sashimi and a sake bomb and going out and sing karaoke, try to serenade people who don't care about me. I changed my identity to becoming more spiritual because that identity was more purifying than somebody who was I just hang out. Ew. I just don't hang out now. I co-create. When we're together, we're not just hanging out. We're discussing something that improves us. We're doing something that improves our life. And I don't go to bars, period. Like at all. I changed my perception about a bar. I call it a black hole. When I completely changed the image of bar to a black hole because I know that we go to escape. But instead of escape, like the sadness is still there. So we're just like numbing. So it's a numbing place, which you don't move. You don't move past your sadness until you face it. Drinking alcohol just kind of extends it. And that's why I call it a black hole. And the super black hole is the casino. It's terrible. And so just changing my perception about things that don't add, like I don't go to birthday parties now. Why? Because as you get older, you know more people. I'm not trying to go to a birthday party every week. You know what I mean? Like and so in the beginning, it was really difficult for me to say, no, I'm not going to your birthday party. I love you. I don't, unless it's like family. There are friends, because sometimes we have too many friends and it leads to alcohol. It leads to drugs. And all these people who are unfulfilled, they're going to, just one shot, just one drink. And then it leads to, and then you smell a little weed in the air. You're like, oh, just one hit, it won't hurt. And from one hit, the dark, like a black hole opens that makes you spiral.
All consuming.
You just see that. It's like seeing a dispensary, but going in is like, and then you see the choices. And the people selling it are so nice. When you go in the bar, the bartender is so nice and she's so hot. And there's a holiday drink, right? Eggnog shot or whatever. And so it's the old way of living. So if you want to move past all your vices, get rid of the people who enable it. But with family, it's different because you have to learn to love yourself first before you can deal with your family. In the beginning, I did not know how to say no to my family. And so naturally, my family really was dependent on me a lot. So I didn't have independence because my family owned me. But as I became more spiritually mature, and I realized that because I didn't have independence, I was doing crazier things like street racing, because, street racing and going to substance and looking for girls because my life was miserable. Because I didn't own my life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do, my parents did not approve. So as you begin to be with yourself, you start to see through the BS that you're holding on to. Like instead of owning your life, you live with your mom in your head, telling you, make more money, follow what makes money. But deep down, you have a different vision, you have a different calling, but you don't know how to follow it. So instead, you just do what you don't even want to do. And that is so much of human beings nowadays.
Painful.
And I see it so much. All these people who have jobs they don't want to be at. People who, and full on like parents with children, married, who are miserable in their life. They're going to the job they don't even want to go to. They have a big house. They cheat on each other behind. They both cheat. The husband cheats, the wife cheats. And what do you expect? Then the children learn how to be promiscuous at a young age. Why? Because the parents fight at home, but they stay together. Right? And so all these things become super clear to me. Why? Because I've been helping people for years also. And then the master shows me even deeper how it is. And so that's why these discussions, people don't want to have, but they need it. And so that's why when we have a platform, we should use it to make the world a better place instead of pretend to be spiritual and just follow the routine of let's meditate and be quiet. And it's good to do that. But there's times where we have to stop BSing each other and follow, sometimes we're doing too much spiritual practice that we don't realize we still are angry at our Father, or we still feel shame, or we still feel that we're not good enough. We need somebody to take care of us. So many people don't believe they're going to make it. So many people just don't think they can deal with life. So instead, they look for somebody to take care of them. Instead, they're looking for an easy opportunity, and so we become manipulators. We become sweet talkers so that we can have an easy way out. Why? Because the master call it, so many people want a shortcut. Instead of learning to start your own business and make money, we go to the lottery to make money. It's such a uneducated way of thinking, but guess what? That's how people think. Well, you know what? Let me just spend all my money and not save. But maybe if I buy the scratch off or play the pick six, I might hit the jackpot, and that's my way out. Instead of learning how to work hard and grind your way and you make a living, that's how many people think. Maybe I'll find a rich guy, right? Maybe if I buy this Bitcoin, it might go to the moon again, right? There's so many of those kind of thinking, the get rich quick scheme. And that's the quickest way to, in everything. That's how people think because it's immature. But the people with wisdom know there's no shortcut. You gotta work. Like if you're gonna lose weight, you can't just stand on a machine and let that thing shake your stomach. I mean, that's the beginning. At least they're doing that,
Yeah.
So any final words about maybe self-responsibility and loving your damn self, Brother Sean?
The hardest days to practice are the ones when you need it the most, in my experience. Those days when I really don't want to get out of bed, when I do force myself and go work out and meditate, are the days when I see the most benefit from doing so. The days when I don't need it and I'm like, I'm just hopping out of bed, and it still benefits me, but not to the extent when I'm, in my own head, having more negative thoughts. That's when it really benefits me. That's when the practice and the discipline to practice really comes into play and benefits.
How about talk to the people who are having financial issues? Because I think you have some expertise in that area, and I know a lot of people are always asking me, especially on Insight Timer, can you give me a job reading, a career reading? Can you talk to the people who are chasing the money?
Yeah, from my own experience, the way I found a way out of what a career path that I did not want to be involved in, working at a job that I didn't like, was by having a plan. And you taught me that very early on, and I've had many lessons in that recently, that having a plan really does move you on to the next level. It really does help improve your life. So for me, that meant saving and just cutting down as much debt as possible, like immediately. And I went from making a small amount of money to making 2.5 times that amount of money, and my expenses, they went down. Instead, when most people get a new job, they get a raise, they go out and they buy a new car because they can afford a higher car payment or something like that. And what we did is we immediately paid off both our cars when I got my higher paying job, and started just piling money into investments. And that is what allowed us to live the lifestyle and be here that we wanted to live. And it didn't take very long, because when you do get that increase in pay, and naturally you're going to, throughout a career, if you do have a career at a corporation or whatever job that you're working at, really strive to cut back on your expenses, really strive to reduce your debt, paying down the highest interest rate debt first, and then start just creating a savings account and looking into investing the money and having it work for you is so important. If you ever want to go to a job where you don't need to make as much money, right? Because you will have other side incomes that are working for you, whether it be rental properties, safe investments, quote unquote, whether it's like a CD or some mutual funds, and just having a plan is the number one thing, and investing not only in yourself through your education,
everything,
but also your money. But yeah.
Beautiful. How about Sister Emily? Let's see. What do you have to say to the person who has been living in a state which is not serving themselves and knows what's right but still not doing it? What do you say to the people who's been in a state of not loving their damn self?
But they know they should.
They know they should, but they just don't do it. What do you have to say to that?
To see what they're doing, that they're not loving themselves, and why are you continuing to do that? How does it make you feel?
Figure out the why, damn it. Okay? Most people have a problem, but they never ask, why do I have the problem? Why don't you know how to save money? Why are you a beggar? Why are you a manipulator? And the thing is, to even see that you're a manipulator, props, because all the people who are manipulative, it's such, when you see that you're a manipulator, a wall breaks down and something opens. And so that's why a lot of people manipulate each other without knowing it. One way is good looks. Enhancing those good looks with makeup. Enhancing those good looks with a nice shaved beard, a haircut, and dress nice. To manipulate, because you want the shortcut and you don't want to work hard. So continue.
Yeah, just seeing where it comes from and why, and how does it make you feel? Like, you continuing to do this doesn't make you feel good. Well, like, what good is it bringing to the world to other people? And letting it go. Like, once you find out the reason why, really face that, you know, like not running away from the reason why and not trying to cover it up and escape it, but really facing that head on, whether it be journaling or talking to a friend, talking to a therapist, whatever it might be, and getting down to the root cause and facing that, heal it, let it go, forgive. Forgiveness is huge.
You have a strong, you have the most fire in, maybe your mom, I don't know about her yet. I think. Okay. So you have a strong fire energy that gets things done. And like you just get things done. There are people who just don't think they can get things done. Can you maybe send them some energy or talk like about how to strengthen their mentality? Says I can. Because some people just naturally have a mindset that they just can't.
Well, I was talking about that today. Like, whatever we set our mind to, it's what becomes, what happens. Like, our words, our thoughts, our actions. If you're speaking negatively to yourself and say, I don't have time to do that, I can't do that, I'm not capable of doing that, then you're not going to get anywhere in life.
Ew.
Like, I come from not having a high school degree, and I worked my butt off to actually like get to where I am today. And it took a lot of hard work. I started from ground zero and started, bartending, waitressing, working late nights, and then started in property management as a leasing agent and just continued working my way up. But I didn't work for the money. I worked for people, like I enjoy what I do. So it's all about finding something that you're passionate about, because you don't want to just go somewhere and work for money. Like, you need to enjoy what you're doing, like find purpose in life, find meaning in life. And it doesn't have to be through sound healing. It doesn't have to be through meditation, but finding the practices that work for you to be able to focus your energy, to like center yourself. And making a list is huge for me. Like, whenever I started,
which is a plan.
It's a plan, having a plan. Whenever I started in property management, I wrote down how much I want to make eventually, what area that I wanted to be in, what I wanted my job to be. I envisioned my home. It's kind of like a visioning, like you do your wish list, but it's about feeling that. It's about having that. And even like healthy relationships, being happy. What is it that you want in life? Like, think about the emotions that you want to feel. And eventually you'll get there, but you're not going to do it by sitting on your butt. You're going to get there by actually doing the work and making a plan and executing it.
And that's why this group, we see each other 3 times a week. And we're not co-workers, we're co-creators, because a plan is always in the works. Like, okay, How can we find instrument for him? How can we keep her grounded? How can we keep this thing going? Right? And so everybody has their role. But what I want to say to when you think you can't do something, you just have to learn to believe in yourself. I think one of the biggest things that blocks us from believing in myself in the past was saying this easy word, I don't know. When the hell will you know if you keep saying I don't know? I was a I don't know person for so long because I was so sheltered by my loving parents. They loved me so much because I was just a compassionate Buddhist boy who was like pure and innocent, and they wanted the best for me, but they sheltered me too much. And so I went to hell, which is deep suffering, near-death experiences through drug overdose that allowed me to have an awakening with spirituality. Simply because I just didn't know. I didn't know I can just choose. I didn't know I can choose to love myself. I didn't know that I can choose happiness. I didn't know I could choose my own career. I thought I had to do what my mother told me. But every time I did what my mother told me, my life got worse. The only reason I realized I could choose my own path is because I did everything she told me to, and it just was not successful. It wasn't meant for me. And eventually, I just realized, wait, you mean I can live life according to what I want it to be? But it came at a cost. First, I became super spiritual ego in the beginning because I was super free, because the opposite was super miserable. So eventually it took me to ground from being super spiritual and practicing meditation like 4 hours a day to just slowly becoming more integrated into human society. And I was so scared of being corrupted by money the whole way until this year, which is 10 years. I did not want to get corrupted by money because my mother taught me, just choose something that makes a lot of money. And so it programmed me that's how I get corrupted by money.
Sense, yeah.
And so this is the first time in my life, like this year, now that I have a good spiritual foundation, a teacher, community, it's like God's like, just go for the money now. And so need a 3D printer, right? Which is all these, I'm learning to make these 3D printers with the intent of 3D printed flutes, with the intent of good people with money change the world more effectively because they can invest.
It's a resource. You need a resource in order to effectively do any work.
And the reason why I even believe this, because the master bought me a whole car for free. Why would a Buddhist master buy you a car, a Cadillac CTS? Because he's trying to teach me, make money so you can bless people. Because a good person who's pure but broke, you become a beggar. I just beg, right? Like when I come on here, we're not here to beg for donations. We work for God. If people donate, great. We can tell people they can donate, right? But God, I learned from the master, own yourself. So instead, because when he blessed me, that's his own money. It's not even the temple's money, right? And so with the money that we get from sound healing, it goes back here. But our own money, we can invest in whatever we want. So the more independent money we have, the more we can send whoever to college. We can bless people with necklaces. We can bring people on trips with us. But it began with me deciding I own my life. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to stop being an I don't know person. I'm going to stop being a weak-minded person who I can't do it. And I'm going to stop thinking from somebody's got to help me. That person is God. But that God is within, is you believing in yourself, that faith. And it took me so long because that's part of my journey. But what activated that part, people? Be grateful that you even woke up today. My beginning of my awakening was realizing how ungrateful for my life I was. I was so ungrateful. Because we say that we're grateful for our lives, but we don't actually feel the richness of existence. You could be dead, right? You could not be here right now. So imagine every day that you woke up is a miracle because there's a ton of people dying and have died. But you're alive today, people. And the moment you recognize that you existing is a cosmic blessing, and you actually start treating your life like God and the universe like actually cradling you, you start to feel like your life matters. Because guess what? It actually does matter. But in the past, I thought my life didn't matter. Why? Because I got bullied in America. My mother was very toxic. I got spanked a lot. I was coming from Thailand to America. So I was an immigrant child who did not fit in. I was so like a black sheep. I was listening to hip hop culture and I was weird. I was wearing FUBU pants and all that, just trying to find my identity. But I thought, man, my life is not what would not amount to anything. But what ended up happening was called an awakening, which nobody plans an awakening. It just kind of happened. And then eventually we're here. I never thought we would, I never thought I would have a master or people that would be part of creating a community. I never thought, but Insight Timer has a lot to do with it because Insight Timer was like my first spiritual community that I practiced with. Because in the beginning you're lonely, but you find this app on the App Store, Insight Timer. Oh, you can track your meditation. So that's why I'm just so grateful to be on this app with you guys and girls, and I'm grateful for Twitch because Twitch allowed me to get out of my comfort zone because Twitch is not where people go to meditate.
No.
They go to play video games and watch people play video games. So all this is talking we're doing all this talk to touch on everybody's maybe some weakness. Some people are looking for money. Some people are looking for relationship, but you're looking for yourself. When you find yourself, it is so freaking, your life you feel saved, right? In a Christian term, you become saved because you find the Christ within, you find the Buddha within, you find the love within. All your life, you've been looking for love in girls or guys.
Or money, yeah.
or cars, or right, or a graphics card, or getting better symbols, or trying to get this perfect asana in poses, right? But the perfection is already within.
It's just love.
Any words from Mama? How do you feel about your daughter? Like, how do you see her? Look at her.
I am extremely grateful, like extremely grateful. She has found this community. Like, I live out in the middle of it, nowhere. And I don't have others, no one. But she lives in Houston, a big old place. And I would tell her, baby, there is a community out there for you. You will it will come to you. You will find it. Don't be looking for it. It will come to you as soon as you stop looking for it outside of yourself. Oh my goodness. One day she went for a walk in a park and there was a man with singing bowls sitting, I think by the tree or something. That happened to be you.
Yeah.
And she called me back that afternoon and said, oh my gosh, it was amazing.
And that was like, how long? 3 years?
Over 3 years ago
right.
now.
That was 3 years ago.
3
So
years
on
ago.
it, and that's a short amount
And
of
it doesn't
time.
even seem like it's been 3 years ago.
It's very short.
Like, no.
Yeah, it's a short amount of time, really, for how much progress we've all made.
Yes, you all
And
have
we
made
continue to help
amazing
each other
progress.
and others. And so,
It's true. And I'm so glad to see you on Insight.
Yeah.
She told me about Insight
that was the
Timer
first-
whenever I started
For
meditating.
me, that was because I live out in the middle of nowhere. That was the first app that I downloaded because it was simple at that time.
Yes.
At that time. And so now it has become like really really great. And I love to see all the practitioners and spiritualists on there. So yes,
I'm glad that
you are there.
I'm glad that you attended our experience at
I
Unity.
wasn't supposed to be here this evening.
Yeah.
I was supposed to already be home.
Yeah.
I really was. But since I don't drive in the dark because I get lost,
Yeah.
I said, I'm staying another night.
Well, we're glad that you
And I'm
can.
so happy I did.
Yeah. Because you get to see what she's, it's good for our parents to see. Because my parents think I was doing hippie stuff, and
Oh, my goodness.
my parents did not understand me for like
A while.
6 years. Sister.
Probably. Yeah.
After, right? And so I'm glad that you can see the process because
Oh, gosh, yes.
it's so refreshing
It's
to.
so, yes, it is refreshing.
My father still gets irritated when he sees me like lugging the amount of instruments. But I know that it's because we're gonna eventually we're using it for good, and it's leading to something greater that we don't know.
And if your mom and your father never get it in this
They
this
get
lifetime,
it now.
they'll get it in the next.
No,
maybe.
they get it, but they just think, well, when is he gonna make money?
Well, that's okay. It will come.
And so-
it will come.
And so
It
that
will come.
again, that's part of my journey.
That's right. That's part of your journey. Not anyone else.
Because nobody expected. They just think I'm gonna be doing sound healing and all this, but God tell me
No.
make money. It's fine. And so again, 3D printed flutes and more.
And I have to say, I was sitting on the steps the whole time y'all were having your session. And oh my goodness. Okay, so who's playing the flutes?
Yes.
That guy.
Those flutes are
There's a lot.
no, they're water. They're calming,
Yeah.
cooling water. I know you're playing the singing bowls. But even beyond those are colors swirling around you. Like this is what they're doing to me. Okay, the little tinkle tinkle bells.
Oh,
What are
the
the
chimes.
tinkle tinkle bells?
Tinkle, tinkle, bells.
Them. Those are the stars in the sky.
You.
But your flutes, it's the air. Okay, you're lying in a meadow. Okay, and the sound of those flutes are the air blowing across you gently, it's beautiful.
I did not think, sister.
The frogs and the little thingies here.
What about that
that-
one? You forgot about that one?
That's a low burning fire.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
ever so.
It's a gentle masculine energy.
Yes.
Such a.
These little babies over here, they're laying next to me in the meadow.
Grounding.
Okay? Just talking to me.
Well, I'm glad you were able to experience a sound bath
I am
tonight.
so happy I was able to be here.
Do you feel more calm?
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
I've been at doctor's offices all day. Yes. I feel calm.
That's not fun.
Oh, no. But it was good. I got to come to Houston.
I'm glad that you can be here because it's so much. It's not easy for this group because
I know, and I'm so.
in general, it's just life is not easy.
No, it's not. It's
So
really not.
That's why having community that's authentic and real and not
Exactly.
a routine, that's what I love about what my life and the communities that I'm a part of. We don't go with routine. We go, how can we improve?
Exactly, and that's what you should be doing.
And so I'm glad we're becoming more sober as a group.
And as long
Pretty
as you
much.
continue to bless others, if that is your what is your intent as you flow through those? What is your intent? What is your intent? And as long as you continue that, the blessings will come. They will come. Somebody asked us a question about. I'm doing this. I want to change, but I just can't change, or I can't do this. It's because you haven't forgiven yourself and allowed yourself to just be forgiven and let go of all that and love yourself.
Love your damn self.
That's all it is.
The thing
all
is,
it is.
we constantly tell people we keep repeating it because we know one day it's gonna click. Which
Oh,
it
yes,
took a
one
long
day it
time
will
for me to click. In the past, I needed women to love me but then I was like, why do I need women to love me?
Exactly.
Because I think that's love. Why don't I just love myself? I don't know how to love myself.
Most people don't know how to love
And when you
themselves.
actually recognize that you don't know how to love yourself, you get to learn.
And that is right.
That
And
is,
that's the, oh, and that drum over there, that is the heartbeat of Mother Earth.
Yeah.
You understand that?
yes.
Oh, God, Lord, yes.
Well, thank you, everybody. Amanda, Water, Sushi Monster. This is the end, and we are we going to be streaming next week? Probably not.
We won't be here.
Okay, yeah. Let's just take that week off then. Or you
I'll
wanna
be
say-
streaming.
Okay, yeah. We're still going to be streaming from our houses, and yeah. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Emily's mother for
Oh, Renee,
yeah. Renee for being here.
I have enjoyed it immensely.
And again, keep doing the work. We just go with the flow. Sometimes more silence, sometimes we speak more, and because we cannot do routine work. If we just show up, do the same thing every day, where's the heart? Because sometimes people need words, and sometimes people need silence. But we have to figure out. But we can't feel the stream if we're not even present ourselves. So people meditate, keep your energy grounded, don't overeat, don't eat too much sugar, have good sleep.
Get outside.
And if you don't have enough
Get outside.
if you don't have enough money to buy gifts, just give people a hug. You don't even have to apologize. You can't get people
Oh my
gifts.
gosh, no.
You can make something at home. You can write a handwritten note.
That is exactly right.
I might this year my blessing to you is these words because blah blah blah, right? So do the best that you can. Face yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Mm-hmm. What do you want your 2024 to be?
Write those intentions down.
Exactly. So take your life seriously because your life matters. Your life is a blessing. And the end. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye, everybody. We end the live. Boom. Go here.